Vouchers are two of the first three paragraphs in this document called Project 2025. They are in the second sentence of Donald Trump's education policy platform called Trump 47. So they are a very important part of today's political conversation, regardless of whether I wanted to write my book or not. I just happened to write it in a moment where this was all ramping up. But for me, what I think the take home point here is, say you aren't into what social science has to say about vouchers. Say you take the position that more vouchers and more school choice in general are the outcomes that we should be pushing for, regardless of how they affect kids' academics or kids' graduation or whatever. It's just more choice is better, which is some way of thinking about what the other side might say on this. It doesn't really matter. Parents should just get these vouchers and we should all just walk away. Then I would just simply say this. Uh, at some point, uh, it becomes a question of what we think is the right and the wrong way to go about making improvements in the lives of people that we live around. And what is the point of public policy if not to first and foremost do what can be collectively done to improve lives, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, right? Improve lives for the people that we live around. That mean often that's a question of dollars and how to use taxpayer dollars, but sometimes it's also a question of just who is considered part of a community. And one of the things that I object to, and I've said this many times, is that, if you move away from that evidence base, that framework that I sort of have tried to lay out in this conversation, I try to lay out in the book, then you really do have to walk into a debate about morals and a debate about ethics and a debate about values. And I'm not sure that that's a position that all anti-voucher folks have wanted to get into. But I am trying to say for folks who do believe that public schools are central to democracy, who do believe that democracy is actually a form of government worth having itself, who do believe that the results of elections should hold, who do believe that we have shared commitments to vulnerable communities, who do believe that using public policy to bully certain children because of what they look like, because of their parents' marital status, because of how the child might wish to be called, or the teenager might wish to be called, what their name is, what their gender identity is. I think that making public policy to marginalize those communities is simply wrong. And I believe that you have to be naive to not see that the voucher pushes part of this larger moment to try to do so. And my hope is that I am helping to contribute not just the language of policy analysis, but the language of debate about what's right and wrong in American democracy, in American education. And I would start with trying to make sure that our most vulnerable kids and families are taken care of. And that's kind of what I hope people get from this effort.